Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of San Diego. In our first episode, we moved at kind of a brisk pace. We passed 4 population milestones before we ended, and that kind of felt a little rushed. We were trying to drive our population so that we could get enough of a tax base to actually do some detailing and things like that. So today we're going to slow down just a little bit, and this episode is going to focus not only on responding to the needs of our city, but also we're going to do some detailing here. The population milestone for this episode is Busy Town, which is just one higher than we reached at the last episode. So instead of going 4 population milestones, we're going to go 1. Okay. So to begin with, we have a very strong demand for population, and we also have some workers, a worker shortage. These two are not unrelated, but I think the biggest thing that we're really missing for that is uneducated workers. So we're going to start off by creating a few different districts here, and we're going to set a policy. The policy for that is schools out. And this will cause the residents of these districts to enter the workforce before they've finished school. And this will help, it won't eliminate, but it will help the worker shortage in the specialized districts, specialized industrial districts. So just set those out. Now, one of the things I wanted to do in the last episode, let's just get another zone here as well. One of the things I wanted to do in our last episode, or one of the things I wanted to do in the city, was avoid zoning in what will be the center of our radial districts here, our radial grid. And I wanted to save this for high density, and we could have a fairly high density center and go lower density as we moved out. And unfortunately, I don't think that is something that we can do just because of the population demand that we have right at the moment. So we're gonna bite the bullet and zone this in low density. So let's make sure we've got water. We don't have water, so we already have the bulk of our grid laid out here, so we can pretty safely just start zoning in here. And I anticipate this is gonna probably fill up pretty quickly. And yeah, we have some more here we could zone as well. Just take care of that before we go all hog wild on the other side. I think we'll likely also need to expand out this way as well. So before we start zoning here, or before things start filling in, let's upgrade our roads. And we do need a cemetery. I'm going to put the cemetery there, just closer to the foot of the mountain. Let's see what we've got for water. We've got water all in here. So let's continue with our zoning. And I think I want to move this park over by 1, because this road here is going to be a collector. In fact, let's go ahead and upgrade that. And get rid of those, since I really don't want to be zoning on a collector. So I think I want to turn this here into a bona fide park. So we need to paint a park area. And we'll get ourselves a park main gate. I want to use probably a tree road for this. And you know what? Let's move this fire station. Firehouse. Move that just right across the road there. don't have enough real money for anything, any of our park. Oh, we have enough for a fountain. Let's drop a fountain in here. The bulk of this is not going to be a huge, big, fancy park. This is going to be just a very small city park. You just get a little bit of a rock feature going. Yeah, that looks all right. For trees, I think I want to go with, I want the trees on the roads here to match. Which ones are these here? I thought they were this one here. Yeah, that's it. It's going to match the trees in our little park area, our little pre-made park. We can drop a few of them here. Let's get some fences around our residential properties. I don't think people really love having a house backing a park when people might come in and not know where the park ends and your house begins. Actually, we don't really need one there. They've got a hedge. And I think for this this store here, public market, yeah, that's fine. We can have a nice public market in the park, grab something to eat, some fresh fruit, and then have a little picnic or something like that. Also going to add a cafe over here and maybe some restrooms. And I think that is about all we're going to do as far as park amenities, at least for the time being. We are going to, however, put some edging on this. We have more demand for residential again. So I think we are going to have to expand our grid out here in order to meet this residential demand. So we're going to come off here. We're going to use our dirt roads again. I think we might need to deal with some, yeah, we've got a little bit of a hill here, uneven terrain. Let's smooth this out a little bit here. There we go. That looks a little bit nicer. And get our roads in. And yep, we still don't have our center guide here, our center node, so we're going to have to come up here. There we go. Okay, perfect. So we have money for another park, maybe a playground to put in here. Maybe a dog park here, I think. We need an elementary school in here, because we don't have one of those anywhere close either. We just drop this over right next to our dog park. Kids love dogs, right? And then we will continue with our zoning. Oh, actually, we will get water here first. And this will, with any luck, take care of our zoning needs for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I think that's working out. Okay, that is looking good. I think that'll about do it. Then we can get back to our detailing our park here. Now, if you were wondering why I left this little gap between here, there are a couple of reasons. First of all, the first one is that it allows us to place these commercial zones inside of residential blocks. The noise is far enough that you can have a building between two of these and not worry about your citizens getting sick. And the other reason is because it allows us to place some cycling paths through here. So we're going to come just like that. And when we reach our population milestone, that'll give us roads with bicycle paths. And what that will allow us to do is really blanket our city with cycling infrastructure. The plan is for the spokes of our grid to be roads with bicycle paths. And instead of having people cycle down the main roads here, we'll keep parking there. And we just have cycling paths running around our grid as a secondary network from our roads. And I think that's really going to increase the amount of cycling that we'll get. Looks like our residential demand is creeping up again, so let's get that dealt with. Oh, and we do not have water there, so let's get that fixed. Oh, and with that we have reached our population milestone. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit of cleanup here. And we can leave the zoning of that for another time. For right now, let's get our paths all set up here. Our cycling infrastructure. I think that is about it. Alright, so one thing I forgot to do was fix our signaling here on this main road. And we might as well do it on this road as well. There we go. And we're going to upgrade this road here as well, because it's sorely in need of it. And we need to adjust the signals on that too. Okay, I think that about does that. Oh, and one last thing is city planning. We now have encourage biking. We're going to do that citywide just to increase the amount of cycling that's going on. And we already have some people cycling. A lot of people walking. That's always great to see. And with that, I think I am going to continue detailing the park and these roads here. And it looks like I'm not going to be able to get super close to the entrance. Probably right about here is as close as I'm going to be able to get. It kind of got away from me there. There we go, that's better. There is just too great of a size difference between some of these. Oh, and it looks like I forgot to put a fence up here too. I wonder if I can change this to a small park entrance. A side gate. No, it would look like I'm not able to do that. Oh, no, space already occupied. Okay. Well, if you've made it this far, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please consider clicking the like button, and if you want to be notified when I release the next episode, click subscribe. Thank you very much again, and I hope to see you soon.